Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling joined forces for some slick but mostly hilarious detective work in The Nice Guys.
And Mel Gibson is kicking some serious butt in his latest action flick, Bloodfather. Here's VOD starts right now.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Here is VOD. I'm Haley Wilgus.
And I'm Daniel Feingold. The VOD stands for Video on Demand. We're here to help you sort through the new titles available on demand so you can see which ones you're interested in.
And first, we have a star-studded lineup this week and plenty to go over. So let's begin with The Huntsman, Winter's War.
It's a follow-up to the popular 2012 film Snow White and the Huntsman.
If it's the Snow White tale you're looking for, discover the story that came before.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?
You are my queen, but not for long. Your sister holds a baby who will grow to be more beautiful than you. But beware, should any harm come to the child, your sister will unleash a power unlike anything the world has ever known.
To escape the pain of her loss, the Good Queen built a fortress of ice around her heart. If she could not raise a child, she would raise an army.
You will train. You will become my huntsman.
Nice shot.
I thought I made you strong, but you're as pathetic as you ever were, little sister. This is my kingdom. Did you say something?
Most critics thought the film was a bit stale, kind of a been there, done that situation. USA Today considered it was a dumb follow-up, and the Boston Globe called it uninspired.
Unfortunately, it doesn't really get much better from there. RogerEbert.com, Rolling Stone, NPR, and the New York Post were among those to not like the film. The Post called the screenplay incoherent.
The Associated Press review in particular is probably the main takeaway here, saying there's a decent movie somewhere in all of this, but it's a letdown given the talented lead actresses.
Here is VOD will give The Huntsman, Winter's War 2 out of 5 stars. This is more of what we saw in Snow White and The Huntsman, just not as good, but you can still find it on demand now.
It's kind of like the live-action version of Frozen, just not good.
Like Frozen turned serious for adults,
right?
Kind of
Yeah.
thing. This winter theme though is big right now.
It totally
Frozen, and it's in Game of Thrones, and it's in this.
Winter's coming at all times.
Everywhere.
Well, moving on to our next film, The Sea of Trees, which, my apologies in advance, I'll let you know right now, is another movie that disappoints despite its stellar cast.
Matthew McConaughey stars as a troubled husband who ventures out into a Japanese forest known as the Suicide Forest or Sea of Trees to ponder all sorts of lofty things about his life.
So I have another showing tomorrow. How about a quick lunch and I can pick up something on the way over?
Tomorrow I'm pretty busy.
You don't care. Your mind's always somewhere else.
What about you, Arthur?
My article?
Yeah.
It's a fantastic article.
Have you read it, Joan? No.
She doesn't read my work.
Well, you think it's right that your wife does all the heavy lifting so you can pretend to be an intellectual?
Here we are, the lake house.
I love that lake.
Hey, Dad.
It's my paradise.
Why can't you just be happy for me?
Because I'm too busy feeling bad for myself.
The MRI detected a small mass.
How risky is the surgery?
It's a highly invasive procedure.
You believe in God? I'm a scientist. God is more our creation than we are His. If God is not waiting for you on the other side, who is? All the anger and the pretending and the fighting, it all got put on hold.
It is during our darkest times that our loved ones are closest.
I don't want to die, Arthur. In some cold, empty room surrounded by people who are only there because it's their job to be.
Things are not what they seem here.
There's always that moment, you know? Life-changing moment. We can go back there whenever you want to.
promise me?
I promise. To love her more than anything on earth.
And now this is, if you remember, we reviewed the forest on the show a couple months ago. That is the same forest that this one's talking about. It's a real life forest known as a suicide forest. Very ominous place, obviously.
This is deep.
Yeah, it's deep stuff. Well, critical response to the film was primarily negative, which is surprising when you consider the cast and the fact that it's directed by Gus Van Sant, who did Good Will Hunting, Milk, and Finding Forrester, among other things.
Variety called it a cultural insult. The New York Post labeled it a soggy mess, and IndieWire deemed it as a stunning misfire. This may be a case where your time is better spent just reading the reviews than seeing the movie. Esquire simply says this is a pretty bad film.
That is so straightforward and harsh, and I love it. The reconnaissance takes a hit with this one. We're giving The Sea of Trees just 1 star.
If the reviews haven't deterred you, just to let you know, it is on demand now if you just love some McConaughey. A lot of people do.
Yes.
Who doesn't, right?
Things get better with our next film.
Bloodfather finds Mel Gibson in a B-movie territory as an ex-con.
And he's going after other bad dudes who are going after his daughter.
Missing link tattoo.
Dad,
I'm here.
I need cash fast. Yes, I'm dead.
Just stay put till I get there.
See, my boyfriend, he got shot. There are a lot of people looking for me.
How long you been doing this? Tell me the truth.
You found her.
She's coming down hard off something.
Get her into detox.
I just met the girl for the first time in years. I just don't feel like handing her over to a bunch of strangers.
Want that too?
I'm not open.
I'm so sorry.
It's good to meet your friends.
Boys picked the wrong rednecks.
Come on, man, let's go. I got no idea how you piss guys like that off. What do they want from you?
They worked for my boyfriend. Please don't hurt her. I killed him.
Lydia Carson could be traveling with John Lake.
That warrant is for me. You could go home.
You got raised by 3 stepfathers. Should have been me.
I'm a murderer.
And you'll face God for it. But not yet.
Oh my God.
People get caught when they make mistakes. You stick with me. I'll give you everything I got.
Bloodfather definitely brings the action, and for the most part, critics liked it.
The Hollywood Reporter called it serviceable, though completely unoriginal, not exactly a ringing endorsement, but they did like Gibson's performance.
IndieWire felt the same way in that Bloodfather isn't necessarily a great movie, but it, quote, recaptures some of the rough attitude that we saw from Gibson back when he burst onto the scene in the Mad Max films.
A lot of people have been turned off by Gibson because of the issues in his personal life, but as far as the acting goes, he continues to put forth some winning performances.
And overall, Bloodfather is an entertaining movie for anyone looking for action and thrills. Here is VOD. We'll give it 3 out of 5 stars. Yeah, Mel Gibson, getting up at there in age, continues to, as we said at the very top of the show, kicking some butt.
Yeah, in these action films, and some people just want to see action, 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 more action. So
yes, and when you paint yourself just as that, when you display yourself, okay, we're just going to be action, and you do it well, it pays off. It's totally fine.
True. Well, he makes some frequent appearances, and he's one of my faves. Ethan Hawke will tell you about another one of his movies later on.
But next, a buddy detective comedy starring Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling.
It's time to upgrade your favorite news app. Now, ABC7's My Suncoast News app is better than ever with a dynamic brand new design that's faster and easier to use. Stay connected with new features that make it easy to submit photos, share stories on Facebook and Twitter, and save stories for reading at a later time. Download our free My Suncoast News app on your mobile device at your app store. ABC7's all-new My Suncoast News app. Just another way we're here for you. Powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life.
A message from the Pulaski Law Firm. For decades, many Americans working in the trades were exposed to environmental hazards without their knowledge. While the dangers of one such airborne threat, asbestos, have long been known, efforts were made to hide the risks from the public. The result? Thousands of cases of asbestos-induced mesothelioma. Those in the trades may have been harmed by hundreds of companies who produced asbestos-laden products. The U.S. Bankruptcy Court has established asbestos trusts with $30 billion in initial funding. You may be entitled to financial compensation without ever going to court. If you or someone you know has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, get the best care available. Then call us.
Call 800-279-1837.
For nearly 2 decades, we've been fighting for those harmed by asbestos. Act now. Call for a free consultation and see how we can help. Mesothelioma. Don't fight it alone.
This week's featured film really needs no further introduction than to say it stars Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling, he gets me every time.
Daniel's favorite.
Yeah, love Ryan Gosling. Here's the trailer for The Nice Guys.
It's my husband. He's gone missing.
Missing?
I'm terribly worried. It's just Fred's never been gone this long before.
How long has he been missing?
Since the funeral.
Well, I can start right away. You're a private investigator? My profession is very complicated, okay? It's nuanced. That's a lot of blood.
You beat people up and charge money?
Yeah. Sad, isn't it?
How much would you charge to beat up my friend Janet?
What? How much you got?
$30?
That's good. This conversation is over.
The mob is trying to spread its operation to Los Angeles. Somehow, my daughter Amelia is involved. Please, find her.
Seen this girl?
What's in it for me? Oh, we can do this the easy way. No! We're currently doing it the easy way.
Whatever happened to offering me $20?
It's the recession. This is a high-profile case.
Made the newspapers.
Where is Amelia?
What the hell's going on?
Oh, you know, there's a guy coming to kill us. That kind of crap.
Hey, can you behave like a professional?
I'm sorry.
She's in danger, man. We have to do something about it.
She's dead.
She's not dead. She's dead. She's not dead.
Why do you think everyone involved with this case was dying? This is not you. You're not a murderer.
You just killed 3 people.
I know, but I'm saying deep down.
Look, if you come in here, you beat up on me. It's part of the job, I accept it. But what did you do? You pissed me off.
Nice reviews for The Nice Guys, which is such a lame thing for me to say. I'm sorry, that was terrible.
Well, that's okay. Really, though, critics responded well to those nice guys. The pairing of Crowe and Gosling definitely elevates the movie. And while we know they can play some dramatic roles in The Nice Guys, they also bring plenty of comedy.
Did you fall down the hill?
I had like 3 drinks tops.
Yeah, that's why you can't walk straight.
Oh, excuse me, I'm carrying a dead body and I have a schwanz in my face, so I'm sorry I'm not Kirchner.
You can't even say Baryshnikov. You did, didn't you? You fell down the hill. You get drunk, you lose your gun, you take your header off the balcony, and now you're gonna tell me it's like a hallowed time on a detective ploy, right?
It was very slippery up there, okay? I was in the pool.
You were in the pool?
Yeah.
Why?
I had to question the mermaids. What were you doing while I was working? Thank you.
Let's get rid of this guy.
Oh, God.
Bolstered by its leading men, The Nice Guys is a goofy, entertaining detective flick.
So we give it 4 stars and recommend checking it out on demand. If you can laugh when a dead body falls onto a table, then
Not necessarily a funny situation, but watching them freak out about it is always funny.
You know that it's hitting the right mark though when it does stuff like that.
And it's the dynamic between Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling is great. They play off each other so well here, and the buddy cop or buddy detective thing is done so much.
It is.
But this works so well, and I got to give credit to the director too for pulling it off and using the talents of his actors. Well, still to come, The Man Who Knew Infinity. And no, I'm not referring to myself, but thanks for assuming that.
Okay, well, plus a critically acclaimed documentary centered around horse racing.
If you want 24/7 access to ABC7's breaking news stories, weather forecasts, traffic alerts, health reports, dining segments, local events, Suncoast View, and more ABC7 specialty programming, now there's good news. Introducing the free ABC7 channel on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Your 24/7 access to ABC7. Just search ABC7 on your streaming device and download your free ABC7 app now.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who has taken Xarelto or Pradaxa. If you or a loved one took the blood thinner medication Xarelto or Pradaxa and was then hospitalized for internal bleeding, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious, even fatal internal bleeding. If you suffered a stroke, heart attack, or serious internal bleeding, or if a loved one died after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call us now. Our network of attorneys have years of experience fighting the big pharmaceutical companies and is ready to fight for you. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of Xarelto or Pradaxa who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone.
Please call 800-928-6604. That is 800-928-6604.
When you have credit card debt, the debt suckers, high rate and high pay, never leave you alone.
Debt is really sucking the life out of them. He's picking up the phone.
Oh, no, not consolidated credit.